Well, good morning, Rye Guy here. It is at this. What day was it? November 17th? November 17th. Anyway, I was itching to get out in the weekend, and Saturday turned out to be a busy day, so this is actually Sunday. It was bright and sunny, but man, it was cold. I think, well, in the morning when I woke up, it was about close to minus 10 out home. And I think the whole day I never got any warmer than about -4, -6, something crazy. Anyway, it's cold. This store here, Bordens in the Woods, this is just off of, not Cherryfield Road, what's the name of that road? East Dalhousie Road. Anyway, that's a great little local business. They do a lot of business with ATVers, sledders, very, very accommodating. In fact, I think they actually sell maps, like snowmobile maps for the area, so long as you're a SANS member, right in that store. And yeah, you've kind of seen this Christmas tree lot a couple times, and, well, I guess in the last video, because the last time I was out, I was taking the same trail, but we're going to be taking some different trails this time. As you can see, I'm riding the new Grizzly. I'm getting a little bit more brave with the bike, giving it a couple more shots of gas because it's starting to get broken in now. So I gotta say, I'm really, really enjoying this 2019 Grizzly 700 EPS. It's not that all different, realistically, power-wise, from the 660 that I had, but it rides better, it runs better. I think it's got a nice, smooth power curve. Yeah, listen to that ice break. We were very, very surprised that there was that much ice and that thick of a layer of ice in a lot of the water holes that we went by here. And you're going to notice that we're slowing right down quite a bit to try to avoid any big chunks of ice coming in and hitting the CV boots and joints and stuff like that around the front end of the ATVs. One thing I actually don't like about this new Grizzly is it's pretty well protected underneath, except for the front outer CV boots. Later on in the video, you're going to see exactly what I mean. They're pretty exposed, especially when the wheels are turned, either left or right to the full lock. Those boots are really sticking out there. Slow. There was, again, quite surprised on how thick that ice was. Best not to beat the ATVs up this kind of early in the game.
See what he was doing?
Kind of breaking it a bit?
Yeah, he's breaking it up first because he's putting a lot of pressure. If you don't, you put a lot of pressure on the front end of the bike, and a big chunk of ice can get right in between your two tires and just slice those CV boots open like a knife.
Okay.
So when you're going through it second, just keep in mind that you want to keep your speed down low as well, because now all the ice is broken up. Now you got big chunks floating everywhere.
Right.
And when we exit the hole, you and me will just go a quick walk around the bike just to make sure we don't have anything lodged in there.
Lesson time over. Yeah, this is a friend of ours. Anyway, he's somewhat new to ATVs and general ATV riding, so this trip was a good trip for him to go out and just kind of do some practice. Is that how you want to put it? Anyway, but you just get used to the bike, get used to the different terrains, how your ATV is going to react, what situations that you're going to be putting your ATV in, and how to deal with them. So it's a really good opportunity to do that.
You really don't have to do that for every hole, but it's nice just to see if you're going to start collecting stuff and where it's going to end up. Right. So.
Yeah, I've been the victim of ice before. I've sheared off of a whole valve stem with my Kodiak 400 one time. It wasn't pretty when you're out pretty far from home and all of a sudden you shear off a valve stem. Well, what are you going to do at that point? You really can't do too much. You have no valve stem. You can't get any air in. Well, you can, providing that you have, and I've said this before in a couple other videos, providing that you actually have a couple good tire plugs, just those tire plugs, and you have a needle valve like what you would filling up a basketball with your little air compressor, 12-volt air compressor, which most of them come with. Well, you can fill that hole where the valve stem used to be with those tire plugs and jam that needle in and still get air in your tire to be able to hold it. Now I'm going to walk around the front of the ATV here and I'll show you exactly what I mean by those exposed outer CV boots.
I was just hoping that when we came down over that little bit of rock, you didn't take the right line and go down over the ice.
What he was talking about there, but there was a kind of a little cliff area, not a full cliff, just kind of a drop off, and over to the right, I don't even think I got it on camera. Over to the right, there was a rock that was completely just sheer ice. That if any one of us would have hit that and not paid attention, we would have been right sideways. This is getting on later on in the day, so things are warming up a little bit. I think it got out to, like I say, I don't think it passed -4 or -3 or something like that. It was cold throughout the entire day. So the temperature was going up and down. You'll actually see me play with the controller for the heated grips and heated thumb warmer a couple times during this video. And, oh god, I don't know how I've gone that long without heated grips. Obviously, you come to a hill like this, and you really didn't, or at least me, I didn't have to put the ATV into low gear, but if you're not in a rush, and you're going to be a little bit easier on your ATV, easier on the belt and the drivetrain, put it in low. It's there to use. Same with the four-wheel drive. I've ridden with a lot of people, and I used to do it myself. Try to push the limits of the ATV in two-wheel drive and in high, and there's no point in it because you have high, low, and you have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive with diff lock in this case anyway, this particular ATV, and they're all there to use, so use them. So this trail is trail number 4. Several videos you've seen me go around like the 4A and 4B. It's not too often I take this trail as we get a little bit further on here, you'll see that a lot, well, maybe not you, but at least me, I've seen so much change happen. Listen to that ice. Seen so much change happen because of logging activities, because of development, you know, land ownership change. I probably haven't been on, yeah, about 3 years. I haven't been on this particular trail in about 3 years. This little travel trailer off to the right-hand side, I'm convinced it's been there for 3 years. I remember seeing that exact little trailer there. I'm not quite sure. I think that guy who owns that trailer might have some bees. I've seen a bunch of bee boxes on the end of that trail before, so that might be his. I'm not quite sure. And he just kind of manages that every once in a while. Nice little retreat spot, little fire pit and everything there. Some pitting in the center of the road, just on the little strip where you pass. That's all from the snowmobile studs. The guys running ice studs and things like that in their track. So I was leading up to this point, and I got a little lost because, like I said, I haven't been here in quite a while. Snap, crackle, pop goes the ice. Acceleration of that 700 versus the 660, there is actually quite a bit of difference there. The 700 just has way more snap than the 660 ever did, and that's the 700 here. My new bike is stock clutched. I don't have any clutch kit or anything like that in it. It comes stock with 26-inch tires. I do have 26-inch tires now from the older Grizzly 660. They're the Kenda Bear Claw HTRs, and still, in my opinion, still the best all-terrain ATV tire I've ever come across. They've done everything that I've asked them to do and more. They've outperformed my expectations for just a simple ATV tire, and they're wearing like iron. Like I previously have about 5,000 kilometers on these tires before I, if not more, than before I put onto here. So. was thinking to myself, coming through this trail after crossing a couple of those little bridges, that some of the bridges were getting pretty decayed. Yeah, you'll see up here exactly what I mean.
Right there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty rough.
Take this up.
Looks like there used to be a way around, but maybe not. No, we'll bridge it across that way. That won't be too bad if you get two boards on there at the same time.
What was the purpose of those trees? So you wouldn't know there was a hole there?
Yeah, I think so. Pull it out this way. Whew.
No nails? One. Here, hold on.
Got back to the ATV, I realized that, yeah, I left it in gear. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
Just take that right out of there. Geez, I don't think I want to take a groomer over this.
Sign back there in that trailhead
Check
said,
the other side.
caution 24-hour grooming. Part of the snowmobile club trails.
That's all good. Yeah.
Maybe not that particular spot, but if they put the groomer on that trail, then they're gonna have to do something soon, because it's getting cold. Snow's gonna start flying.
It's a left.
My opinion, I mean, some may disagree. If the snowmobilers pay up to $150 a year for just the membership, and they put in, again, my opinion, more infrastructure fund and more effort, question mark, I don't know, there's a lot of politics. My God, I hate the politics in this province for ATVs. Just, it's insane. Nobody can agree with anything. Anyway, yeah, you know, I think that the ATV clubs and the snowmobile clubs just combine forces. snowmobiles only get to use their machines like could be only 3 times a year. I heard one guy say only 3 times a year. Can you imagine paying for a truck, trailer, sled, membership, gas, lodging in some instances to use your bike or your sled 3 times a year? Anyway, and the rest of the year that most sledders probably ride an ATV, so why isn't there some organization out there that would combine all the off-road sources so that we have a single voice across the province? Oh yeah, I think there is something out there. Wasn't that steep, but it was still fun. Listen to that belt whine. Sounds funny. Still getting used to that part, but at least not a Kawasaki. I like Cowie bikes, but man, the belts are some whiny on those. It's like a supercharger coming down the trail. Crunchy. Turning down the heat of the heated grips. It got so hot that my hands were starting to sweat, and that was bad because you don't want your hands to sweat in the gloves. You want to be nice and toasty, but you don't want them to sweat because then you got moisture inside of your glove, your mitt, and your hands can freeze. That's a nice upper river. I gotta get in the habit of checking out and see what rivers are what. Because I'm pretty sure I could run by the same river about 15 times in this, the run of a day on the ATV and not realize it's probably the same friggin' river. Well, guys, we're coming up to the end of the run here. I want to thank you for joining me on this run. I'm glad I got the opportunity to get out and do some riding on the weekend. I think we put on about 71 clicks or something like that, 71.9 I think we clocked. So anyway, I appreciate your likes, your comments, your views, and if you like these types of videos, please do subscribe. does help my channel grow. And if you want to stay notified on all the videos that I do post, there is a little bell icon up there in the corner of your YouTube page when you bring it up, and it'll notify you when I post something. So anyway, thanks once again. We will see you guys out in the next run. I had fun. Hope you guys did too. Ragayo.
Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better.